right, so we have another interview today. A good friend of Fabi's and mine. I'm gonna bring him on. Adrian, what's up, bro?
Hey, what up, man? Nice
Much,
to be
man.
here.
Just in,
Finally, we doing it.
I know. I feel like I've been bugging you for it, but
No, it ain't been bugging
it's
me.
it's here, and hopefully this
Yeah, man.
we'll make the second part a tour of everything of your
Oh man.
collection.
Hey, the tour is gonna be the crazy video. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So if everybody's wondering what we're talking about, tour, Adrian, go ahead and do a little introduction of yourself, man, and we'll jump right into all of it.
Hey, man. So, I'm Adrian, also known as the Pioneers. One half of, I guess you would say, but it's mostly me. I'm mostly the one doing it. I'm making beats for everybody, man. I make music for people all around the world. I have artists in Germany, artists in Costa Rica, Portugal, Brazil, all over South America. I have artists here in the US, uh, people that rap, people that sing, people that do um, all sorts of stuff, really. And I've been doing it for a while and finally here. Finally here talking to Adam, man.
So is it just music that you do, or do you have like other hobbies as well that you are a part of?
I do music. You mean like Funko or like?
Yeah, yeah. And I was expecting you to throw that out there. So
I mean, like it feels like it's a second part of me. Like it's a
uh,
secondary thing I do. Because if I'm not doing music, if I'm not doing music, I'm at work. If I'm not at work, I'm probably looking for Funkos. If I'm not doing music here at home. So
gotcha.
yeah, I do a lot of Funko shopping, a lot of black action figures, um, black toys, like anything black. I'm all about it. I've always been about collecting toys. At one time, I collected shoes. I had crazy collection of shoes. Got out the sneaker game. I worked for Nike. I worked for Foot Locker. All that. I was a manager. All that. Like had crazy perks. I lived it up. I've lived a crazy life.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I think being a sneakerhead is becoming a I don't know, man. I feel like it's a big scam now. You got everybody
It's
jumping in
hard.
and trying to sell fake shoes and things like that. If you don't know what you're looking for, then it's not good. So
Yeah, and if you're not willing to spend that bread, like it's a lot
mhm,
just getting into that. But yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so obviously music's a big deal for you. You did the intros for our archives segment and then also our main channel. And that kind
thank
of
you.
all started with the whole TikTok thing, right? Like you see me, you're like, dude, man, use some of my beats, instead of that TikTok music, man. So I'm like, you know what? Let's make an intro with you. You obviously did. I mean, you had 10 seconds to work with, unfortunately, but
No, that was fun, and I'm always down for any kind of challenges. I let people throw me challenges all day, all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I can
definitely.
do something up.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to start with like the Funko part because music's
Yeah.
obviously your big deal, and I want to learn more about that and how you got into it. But let's start with Funko. Like, what got you into Funko and toy hunting? I mean, you're a '90s baby, right?
80s, 80s, pretty much, but grew up in
'80s.
the 90s. Yeah.
Okay, so you know all about the retro toys, man. Everything that
Oh man.
we grew up with, and yeah, man. I started finding my passion for that again, but I'm just like, man, I can't afford to pay all of that money for all those toys that my whole place would be. But how did that start for you?
uh, dude, way back, way back. You remember KB Toys?
Yeah.
Like my brother was always in KB Toys. I got five older brothers. The closest one to me, we're a lot of like all we've ever done is like collect toys and stuff. Um so yeah, he worked at Toys R Us and would also like frequent KB all the time. And
Mm,
so back when I was like five or so, like the original X-Men were coming out and stuff. And bro, we had all of them, and we would always pick up two. We'd pick up one to save and one to play with. and we've had that down since like since like '93. Like we've
Gotcha.
always collected toys. My dad used to pick me up from the daycare. He would always be like, "Do you want to go to Toys R Us and get a toy?" We'd always get toys. Like it was just my thing. Um, Funko, I happened to get back into it. Um, it's a long story, but really, like I had some extra money coming in, pretty much. And my brother, all of a sudden, like he just shot me a text one day. I think it was of the like the Prince Akeem
Okay.
from Coming to America, and I was like, "Oh, that toy is hella sick. What is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a bobblehead, but there's all sorts of them." And I was like, "What? What is this called? How much did that cost?" And he was like, "Oh, it was only at the time it was like $10." And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's only $10." So I was like, okay, bet. Let me see what else they got. Oh man, they got a HQ up in Everett. They got this, and like we went crazy, me and him. I think at the time he texted me, he had maybe had four Funkos or something, and so like pretty soon, like I think a month later, there was like a convention, and we were like, yeah, let's go check out this convention. Checked it out, and I got hooked ever since. Basically,
Okay.
I started doing like everything I liked. Like I started doing Deadpool. I started collecting X-Men. I started collecting Spider-Man, and I was like, this is a lot. This is way too much. I need to narrow it down to like something specific. And so that's what I did. Like I just narrowed it down to black people and black actors, black anime, black cartoons, everything that has a black actor or a black voice behind it, I pick it up. And yeah, Funko supplies that.
Man, there's got to
93.
be some kind of collaboration with Funko, man. They
Oh
gotta
man,
see. They gotta see something, man. There's
I'm like,
gotta
how do you
be
not? How do you ignore me?
exactly. So we're gonna
I'm
have to
buying
make
it
a
on every
second part,
day.
man.
Yeah, we
We're
have
gonna
to
have
do the
to
tour. As you can
exactly.
see, they're all right here. Like they're covering this place pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm running out of space.
Oh man,
And
how's the wife feel about it, man? How does she feel about the whole
she's
collection?
cool. She's cool actually. She's always been supportive of it.
Mhm.
She's like, as long as keep it out of the main area and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah,
It's cool to bring a few out during the holidays, but like other than that, she's like, keep it out.
yeah,
Keep it
gotcha.
out and keep it out of our bank account.
Yeah. So how it started for me is, man, back in the day with Loot Crate. Remember Loot Crate?
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, I got like the Doc Brown, and I think there was a Han Solo at one point, and those were like the ones I got, like the Ezio from Assassin's Creed. My
Yeah, yeah,
brother
yeah.
bought me, dude. I'm so mad because my brother bought me a Hong Kong Fooey. That thing's worth like $150, but dude,
The
I ended
the pop or the car?
the pop, the pop
Oh
one.
dude.
I moved to
You know how rare
Idaho.
that is.
Dude, I'm so mad because I moved to Idaho. My parents put all my stuff out in their backyard shed type thing, and like moisture got in and it got moldy. Dude, we're talking a Marshawn Lynch as well.
What?
Dude, I'm like so mad about it because like, and I told
Hey,
Fabi because like she's into it also.
yeah,
Um, and man, I swear, like I told her, she's like, "Are you kidding me? Why didn't you take care of it?" I'm like, "No, that's not the point."
yeah,
But yeah, ever since then, it just started picking up for me. Like my collection is not like yours or nothing. Mine's like music artists. I think my most expensive is the Ice Cube and Impala, but that's still by itself a good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I actually just picked up two, and they're sitting by me. But the Jeff Dunham,
Oh, did you
uh,
get that from the show?
yeah, man,
No way.
yeah. I don't know why it's not picking up. Probably because my background. Let me turn that off real quick. But yeah, no, I picked it up from the show, and that's my background right now. So yeah, yeah, man, I picked it up with the show. I don't know if you know much about Jeff
What?
Dunham, but his little Walter character,
That's the sticker. Do the sticker
yeah,
up close. Oh man, that's sick.
Yeah, man, it was $30, $30 a pop. Like he has his like little peanut character.
Yeah.
The
Oh
different
my
sticker
god.
on it.
So
But yeah, man, we
are they
picked it
just
up.
holding different stuff?
Yeah, he's holding two different puppets, two of his
Oh, that's
puppets
funny.
that I ended up
That's
winning those
funny.
tickets, but we ended up going and
Yeah,
just I wasn't expecting to see him there.
that's crazy. Yeah, my brother just went to the Joe
Joe
Coy,
Coy.
and he got his signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I wanted that so bad. Like I told Fabi, I want to go see Joe Coy because of the Funkos. Because some of these shows
Yeah.
have exclusives, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's not funny," but now she's starting to watch him, and I'm like, "Listen, like
Oh, he's
Hispanics
not
and
funny.
Filipinos, they're like
Yeah, right?
they're kind of alike, you know. Like a
Yeah.
lot of Hispanics are into nursing, and that's what Fabi is a nurse.
See,
So
see.
yeah, but
Oh,
that's
you
kind of how mine went, and
gotta go see him.
Fabi's yeah, yeah, Fabi, she's dude, her collection's a lot more expensive than mine. I mean, she has to have the Princess Tianas, all the princesses.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
man, look at Adrian. He just got this Princess Tiana. I'm like, all right,
I
we got
just
to go
stay
keep
on
an eye
top of
out.
it. That's it.
Exactly, exactly. So, but
Did she
yeah,
start
man.
before you?
What's that?
Did she start before you?
No, I had mine before her, but then
Oh,
like
snap.
but everything she wants, like man, Christmas shopping for her is so easy because I could just
Yeah.
go and I mean,
You're like that
I
one,
showed
that
you
one,
everything.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah, so I showed you everything that I got her this year. But
yeah.
yeah, no, man, our collection, we got buckets right now. I'm looking at right here in the back corner with all of our Funkos.
Man,
um,
yeah,
but
no,
yeah, man, my most expensive is the Ice Cube. What would you say yours is? Do you keep track on the app?
until the app recently broke, but yeah. My most expensive is Kobe. I got a
Okay,
Kobe with the purple jersey, I think it is over there. Yeah.
it's like a
But
$600 pop.
I actually got that for free.
What?
I got that for free just every like dude, every day I tell people my story like, yeah, I only collect the black ones, black people, black NBA, like I only collect black Funkos. I tell people that like all the time and a lot of people are like, "Yo, respect, respect." And one dude that I was trading with at the time, he was like, "Hey, uh he's like, just off of the love, man, here, I gotta give you this." And I was like, "What?"
Oh,
he's
dang.
like he's like I got a gift for you. I was like, "What?" And he shows it to me. I go, "What the?" I'm like, "Bro, how much do you want for this?" He's like, "Nah, man, it's off the love. I know you do your thing with the black Funko, so I want you to have this." And I was like, "Man."
That's
Bless.
crazy. But
Yeah,
it's all about the networking, man.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
And all of my expensive stuff, like it's pretty much been network. And it's pretty much like people trying to help me out in my collection,
mhm.
or I meet people at conventions all the time, and they'll cut me deals. Like the Ice Cube, I'm looking at it now. The Ice Cube and the Lowrider. I happened to get that from a lady at one of the toy shows, and she was like, well, if you buy this, it was something random. Like if you buy this Inspector Gadget penny and this one for 15, I'll just give you that lowrider for 20. And I was like, what? Bet. So yeah, lowrider ended up like $28 or something like that.
That's how much Fabi paid for mine. She got it for $20 off of offer up from a lady.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
She got it for me for Christmas one year.
And
And it was
you be
just
hitting offer up. You be getting good stuff though.
yeah, we go to offer up. I mean, dude, it costs so much money to buy Funkos, but that's why my
Yeah.
collection is a little bit smaller. Like, the music's like a lot of people don't collect the golds, but that's what
Yeah.
I've collect. I mean, I spent a lot more money on Fabi's collection than I do mine.
Yeah, right.
That's for sure.
You go late.
I mean, we keep talking about wanting to put shelves up behind me and make this room kind of like our little
Why don't
showcase,
you do
but
that?
we're working on it. we're working
Yeah.
on it slowly but surely. So that way, I mean, I like this background I got right here, but I'd rather have something set up more and show it off.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say your favorite Funko is that you own?
Favorite. That's funny. I don't know. It kind of changes every day
Okay.
ish. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Something I wouldn't let go of is probably like my Ken Griffey.
Okay.
You
From
know,
the
just because.
Safeco?
Yeah, just the Safeco Ken Griffey.
Okay.
It's one of the harder ones to get, more expensive ones to get. And Griffey got his backwards hat on, like you can't front on it. So
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably my favorite, even though I'm not like a baseball guy or anything. But
Yeah.
Ken Griffey's my guy. That's my era. Like, yeah, I'd say that's
Yeah.
probably.
Well, man, this year they got the Julio Rodriguez on a Thursday night, man.
Now, I don't know nothing about Julio Rodriguez, but my brother's telling me it's like the biggest deal there is.
He's like the next Ken Griffey for
That's
Seattle
what he's
baseball, man.
telling me. And I'm like, dude, you for real? He was like, we gotta go. We gotta go.
We just need to
So
get a group of people. I don't care if they like Funko or not. If
yeah,
somebody gets a chase or two people get a chase, we figure out who gets them, gets
yeah.
the bronze, whatever they may be, because they have so many different ones, man.
hmm Now
Um,
I'm going to the Jamal Crawford game. Is it Jamal Crawford? No. What the
the
hell is his
shortstop,
name?
Crawford. It's the guy he's sliding in. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He has his Funko coming
Yeah.
out. I got tickets to that, and then I think I
Okay.
gotta get those Rodriguez tickets next.
They're gonna go hot, man. Show up early. I might have to call out of work or something. Hopefully they don't see this, but
Yeah, I gotta get
uh,
those tickets too.
yeah, no, it's gonna be hot. I know, dude, I almost had one of the Mariner Moose ones. I
hmm
went to go see, well, who was it? Was it Kevin Gates? Kevin Gates. I went to go see Kevin Gates, man. And
Nice.
or no, it was no, never mind. It wasn't Kevin Gates. It was actually Seahawks and Chargers preseason game, and people were walking by with the Mariner Mooses, man. Old people, like people that look like 70 or 80. I'm like,
Like what?
man, what are you guys doing with these? Like, do you know what they are? I almost got some, but
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
don't know, man. I wasn't too hyped. If somebody wanted to give it to me for free, I would have taken it. But
Yeah, exactly. Like give it to me for
yeah,
free. I'm not gonna go hiking
ex-
out looking for it.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
nothing else.
you collect toys as well. Like, is that something that you have a collection, at home with, or is that something your brother has more so the collection? Because I know I see you show off the Funko collection a
We
lot.
mostly the majority of like the toys is
Oh,
over at my brother's house,
gotcha.
and I think my mom has a good grip of them in a box somewhere.
Okay.
And most of those are like original Star Wars, original um X-Men, original like Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like we got a whole bunch of that stuff. Dick
Okay.
Tracy toys, like a whole bunch of that. Um my stuff over here, I have a lot of figures. Um in my collection, personal collection, I got like black figures. For some reason I've been collecting Batman Hot Wheels. So I got a grip of Batman Hot Wheels. I got a grip of old Hot Wheels from the 90s. Um my laptop right now is sitting on like vintage baseball cards and stuff. Like all I got everywhere is toys. My whole life has been collecting toys. I've
Gotcha.
always kept an action figure somewhere. I'm always on the hunt for something.
Gotcha. Yeah. No. I don't know if you've ever seen the YouTube channel Retro Rick, man.
I
Look
don't
him
know.
up. You
No,
probably you should
I
after
probably
this.
scrolled past them.
Dude, he lives in Indiana, and Fabi and I watch him. They go thrift shopping like for old toys. They go to flea markets. I'm like, man, I wish Washington was cool like that, you know?
I wish we had more flea markets and
Yeah.
like rare hidden gem places like that.
But we have nothing, man. It
We
sucks
have
out here.
we have nothing.
I mean, we went to Boba Con, and I mean, that's kind of like a heaven there. But
Yeah,
yeah, man,
we
it's a
gotta
lot of
kick it. I'll take you. I'll
stuff.
take you to some hole in the walls. I know
Okay,
some
yeah, you have
spots.
to
I know some spots
show us.
out in like Federal Way.
Okay,
Um, I know spots further out. I know spots south down in
okay,
Spanaway and stuff like that. I know
for
little.
real.
Yeah, I know little spots here and there.
Okay,
I'm telling
yeah,
you,
man.
every city I check something out.
Okay. Yeah, no, we like to, like to look at that stuff. I found some like a spot in Denver when I went out there, but yeah,
Oh, wow.
man, I guess I need to start exploring more.
Yeah, man.
um, what would you say your most expensive toy is?
Toy. Oh, that's a good one. Um, my brother has it's him. It's him with I know he has some GI Joes that are crazy. My most expensive toy, like trying to look around, I'm like, what would I say? Um, dude, it just has to be like some of the action figures, just because like you the Marvel Legends as it is, like you're already paying almost 30 for a Marvel Legend
Mhm.
action figure, and then for the and then it will just go up in price, and then just it becomes more and more rare. I think my favorite figure would probably be like the Miles Morales from
Okay.
the movie from Into the Spider Verse, because that action figure has like the Nikes. He got the Jordans on.
Okay.
It comes with the mask. He has the afro. Like it's pretty detailed, and that's probably my favorite one out of action figures. I would say.
Okay. I know you're going to SummerCon, right? Go get that Funko sign.
Say what?
I said I know you're going to SummerCon this year, right? To go get
Oh
that
yeah.
Funko sign. He's going to be
Oh yeah.
there. So
Oh yeah. Dude,
yeah.
that's my main one that I'm like, okay. I've never been the type to like ask for an autograph or like go get autographs or anything, but
Mhm.
um I think that's the one. That's the one I gotta get.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
I mean,
don't
I
believe
was
I don't believe in asking people for their autograph
oh
stuff like
man.
that.
I wonder how
I
you
don't
felt when I
believe in
said I was gonna
paying.
try to go get Snoop to sign, man.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
Swift's a different story. If you have an opportunity and paying somebody $80 for their signature, that's
Uh,
two different.
now see, man, I ran into some people during like that were in line to wait to get their wristbands for the meet and greet. And I
Mm,
asked this older lady, man, because there was a lot of people there that just seemed like they were so selfish. And this
yeah.
older lady, she was like, "Don't worry about paying me. I'm just coming to show tomorrow, but I'm going to do the meet and greet tonight." I said, "Is there a way you could go take this back there, get it signed?" Man, she messed up and she asked them, "Could I take this back there to get it signed?" Bro, I was like, I wouldn't have asked. I would have just went back there and done it. You know what I
You're like,
mean?
I would have done it.
I would have just taken it, man. Snoop is cool like that.
Yeah, for
Um,
real.
but at the end of the
Dang.
show, I went up there. I held up my pen and my Funko, and I mean it's a smaller show,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work out. Same thing happened with Ice Cube, man. I took my Funko Gold,
Oh
and
man.
I
You're
took
like,
my
this is
Funko
smaller.
Gold
Like you're just
exactly. But I left because I was like, man, I need to like. It was kind of getting hot, and me being a bigger guy, I was like, I ain't trying to pass out or nothing. I was there for most of the show,
yeah.
but I was like, I'm gonna just head to the back.
Yeah.
And
It's getting hot up here.
I
Yeah.
had my buddy, I was like, dude, like, show it. And I was texting him, like, bro, just throw it on the stage, man. Throw it on there with
Yeah.
my pen.
You're
He
like,
did
fuck it,
it.
it's $10. Throw it on stage.
Well, Fabi was like, why'd you tell him to throw it? I'm like, I wanted it signed. She's
Yeah,
like, they weren't
whatever
going to
the
give it
thing.
back.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just go buy another one, But
Yeah.
yeah, man, that was like my opportunity to try to get one
That you
signed.
could have snuck it in. Here you
Yeah.
go.
So yeah,
Man.
man, that was a fun adventure. But yeah, no, we definitely like to get them signed. I don't think we've personally had anybody sign one other than Tony Todd.
That's
I think
pretty
he's
cool
still.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get your sign?
I didn't do it that day. I
No.
forgot what I was doing, but that day I was in and out of there.
Oh yeah, it was like the day after our Christmas party, and I know you were like in pain or something because your ankle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I had to get out. I was like, I'm gonna stop by real quick, dip on out. But then I did see Tony Todd, and I was like, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I actually hit him up on Twitter to try to see about getting an
Yeah,
interview,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
He's so busy, man, but he did retweet it. Like I sent Fabi's picture with him, and it's like
Oh, sick.
anyway, I'm like, I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
my
yeah.
name, I said your name like 5 times in the mirror, but I'm waiting for Tony Todd to pop up in the DMs to do the interview,
Hey,
and nothing, man. But people kept liking it, so that was cool.
slick.
Yeah, yeah.
Slick with it.
So I had to, but yeah, man. We gained our friendship through Kyle. Kyle.
Yeah, to
He
Kyle. Kyle, more than music, did an interview for me.
We're supposed to be doing one, but my camera was messed up on here, so that'll
Oh,
eventually come soon once he's not busy with everything. But
oh yeah, he's busy, busy.
yeah, it started. I found you through through your guys's podcast, and then I started following you, and man, I think I forgot how everything else went rolling after that, but we ran into each other. No, we talked a little bit more during what was it? The Funko thing this summer. It's like,
Oh
oh, dude,
yeah,
it'd be
where it
dope
was
to
like
meet.
all late. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, oh, I was like, it'd be dope to meet up with you, but then it just didn't work out that way, and then we
At the
still
end
kept
of
in
the day.
contact.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, man, we ran into each other finally at Winter Wonderland WonderCon,
Wonder time.
which Barry said is happening. I don't know if you've seen that interview. He said part 2 is happening.
Yeah, he said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, here we are now, man, and doing our interview. So that kind of leads to the next part is the music part.
Yeah, man.
So I pulled a couple clips from music. If you're cool with me sharing it,
Go for
obviously
it.
I don't own the copyrights to it. That all belongs to you. And
Go for it.
perfect. But before all of that, how did the music stuff start out for you? We chatted a little bit yesterday. You're like, man, I'm pretty big into it. I'm pretty well known. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, my bad.
um, man, long tail, man. I'm about to be 36. I've been doing music since I was heavily since I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
Um, started out rapping. I was rapping for a long time.
Okay.
Like a lot of people are like, yeah, I used to rap or I do like, dude, I used to rap. Like
Okay.
I used to take it seriously. Like I'm gonna rap these bars and I'm gonna put it on a CD and I'm gonna give you this CD and if you don't like it, I'm gonna come back at you tomorrow with something different. Like I'm gonna keep doing it. I was a serious rapper. I wrote every single day, my whole life. My whole entire existence was just to rap. I would skip school to go buy CDs. Like music was everything. Um I got out of rapping. Um, I was injured for a while, so I stopped rapping for like 2 or 3 years. Kind of got back into it, but then I was in with a band, and so I was with a band for 4 or 5 years or so. But that was a whole different experience of writing that kind of music and being a lead or taking a step back and not being a lead. Um, at that point, I think it was about 2013, 2012, 2013. I started making my own beats, and basically it was just basically to make beats for not even for myself, really. It was kind of just for my friends. I was always the guy saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna download this beat, this instrumental, because I think you would sound good on that." And I was always that guy. I always had the ear to be like, oh, that instrumental sounds good. You would hit on that. Just do that. And then it dried up. There were no beats for anybody. So I was like, all right, let me try to make some beats with something that sounds like that, something that is like that, sampling that, and all of that. Started making beats for friends, and and it spread. It started spreading. Um, After that, shortly after, like I made beats for maybe like 2.5 years when some dude hit me up on, I think it was like Facebook or something, hit me up and was like, dude, you sound amazing. Um, how he's like, this is kind of weird, but how would you feel like if I flew you out and you could make some beats for me? I live in Kansas. And I was like, bro, what? So he was like, yeah, I'll fly you out. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like hella like fresh, hella novice into like just making beats. So I was like, yeah, sure. If you say I'm that good that you'll pay for my plane ticket, whatever. So I go out there and it's this guy, Josh, and we have like an amazing time. I meet his wife, I meet his kid. his wife is like his wife pulls me aside and she's like, yo, you pretty much saved my marriage. You saved my marriage. You saved my husband's life. My husband he's a serious rapper and he's been just down in the dumps about like nothing musically makes him feel anymore. And it was and it was affecting our marriage. And I was like, what, for real? And she was like, yeah, it was getting pretty bad. And so she was like, I just want to thank you, and we want to thank you for like just revitalizing him. And I was like, oh my god! And that's when it hit me that like the the music that I make, or the music that just like music as a whole, like what it could do to people, and how music sticks to people. Like people still remember how they felt when they listened to that one song and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, I left there with some, feeling like, yo, what? Like I saved this dude's life. Like he was depressed
Mhm.
and all this stuff. Like I saved his marriage. I just left there like super weird and super feeling like different about music. And came back and started going even harder, doing things in a different way. Like um I have I've kind of trained myself under like how I like to hear music and the people that I grew up listening to, and I kind of trained myself off of them.
Mhm.
And I have my own style. I'm happy to finally say I have my own esque, my own style of doing it. And people like I'm not afraid to say it that I'm the best producer in Washington because people have said it, and it's like I used to get like a heavy heart when I said it, like, oh yeah, like I'm just talking my shit. But it got to a point, now it's at a point where people are like, no, you're most likely, you're okay, you are the best producer in Washington. In Washington, we can
Mhm.
say. And that's all I've ever wanted. I've just always I I've started that mantra for like 6 years ago, and that's where I'm at. Was where I believe I'm at is like the best producer, the best ear, the best sound designer you will get in Washington for hip hop, if that's what you want to call it. There you go.
Yeah, man, we don't really have a good music scene out here. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong,
That's
but dude,
that's the problem.
like Macklemore is. I mean, no shade at anybody, man, but
No,
Macklemore, ugh.
yeah,
Um,
it's not the shit.
Sir,
And
Sir
we knew
Mix-a-Lot,
of me and my crew. We knew of Macklemore back in high school. Like we knew him when he rapped in high school. Him and
Lewis.
Ryan
Yeah.
Lewis. We knew them back in high school. They were like a grade or two above me, but we knew them then. and he was always a serious rapper then, and we were like, nah, I don't know, buddy. I don't know if this is it yet. Like, everybody always said that. I don't know if this is it, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's just not good, man. And I mean, Sir Mix-a-Lot, he's not a good representation. I do like the Blue Scholars though.
I've always liked Blue Scholars.
Yeah, that's
I
like
never met any of them, but I've always liked them. My Sir Mix-a-Lot connection, my 7 degrees of separation. I went to high school with Sir Mix-a-Lot's niece and nephew.
Okay.
I ended up going not with, but along with. I went along with his niece to prom. He paid for our stretch Hummer limo and then called us during it on the cell phone in the limo, you know, that, and this is like what, 2005, and so it was a big deal to have a stretch H3 limo with a cell phone in it. So he called us up, blah 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 blah, and I was like, I made it, blah blah. But yeah, that's my Sir Mix-a-Lot 7 degrees of separation.
my buddy Sam, I don't know if you've seen our interview. He's my best friend. He's the one that you'll see me in all the pictures with, man, like New York with and Seahawks games. Him and Sir Mix-a-Lot, like they ride up to Redmond Town Center in his McLaren, man. He'll go pick up Sam and dude, they'll roll up together, man.
What?
Yeah, dude, like I was like, hold on, Sam, like you need to let me know when he's gonna be there so I could take the Sir Mix-a-Lot Funko.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get it signed. I'm gonna get the album cover signed as well once I get my hands on it.
You're like, and I just need,
dude. Like, we'll have to get that set up for you too, man. But yeah, man,
he knows me. He gotta know. He gotta remember.
Oh, there you go.
Gotta remember me. I know.
Yeah, I know Anthony's busy these days, man. I can't call him Anthony per se because I don't know him, but
yeah, right.
But yeah, man. No, I you know, coming into music, I love music as well. Like what you're saying about Josh. I think you said his name was the guy that you went to Kansas. Josh.
Yeah.
You know, man, it's therapeutic. You know, it's a lot of music. You could listen to anything and it'll hit you. Like Fabio listened to her stuff and I'll listen to mine. And it's like totally opposites. But yeah, man, it's crazy how music affects people in different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, I go to so many concerts, man. You see it. And that's kind of how this channel started, was concerts, you know, and it's just blowing up.
Now. Man, I haven't hit a good concert in so long.
Yeah, I think our next one is next month for Ra Alejandro. He's like a big Spanish artist, and then the Summer Man, Paramore, and Blink 182.
God,
I'll be there. But yeah, man, no, it's music. Music is good, but we just don't have much here in Washington representation.
Yeah, and so I worked with a lot of different types because that's pretty much what we have here in Washington. Is like we don't necessarily have straight up hip hop. We have like people doing all sorts of indie stuff, garage stuff, we have people still doing like ska bands, punk bands, industrial music. Like I've worked on industrial music. I've worked on like people swinging tubes and stuff and making sounds out of that. Like I've arranged those sounds. I've arranged sounds for bands and musicians.
Yeah.
And because that's like really what we have out here to work with. Yeah. We have sound to play with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know, we have some local guys. I don't know if you've heard of Sam LaChow. I like him. He kind of reminds me of like a Mac Miller. And Mac Miller, you know, how great he is. Nacho Picasso.
I've always loved Nacho. Yeah.
Okay.
Nacho's dope with it. But it's always like there's nobody here that's like
puts us on the map besides
kind of take it to the next level and just put us on the map, like fucking stamp it.
Well, I mean, the sound that everybody's going with is the Macklemore and the Sir Mix-a-Lot, you know, the stuff that keeps Washington and Portland weird, man.
Yeah, right.
You know, like Cali, you got Kendrick Lamar and
I'm always like, you'll get on Seattle radio if you add like a horn and go
Yeah.
Like add a horn. I swear to God, you'll be on Seattle radio tonight.
Yeah.
That's my producing tip.
Yeah. So when you started rapping, what was your name that you went by? Was it Adrian or no?
No, I went by a few names, but the one I stuck with was ETH.
Okay.
I was pretty much an extraterrestrial human. Yeah. And so I went by that for Ella. And I even had a group with like a bunch of my other homies. Um, and because most of my family is from New Orleans, from
Okay.
NOLA. And so we ended up calling ourselves the NOLAs, for No One Loves Aliens. And it was
Okay.
basically like, imagine like if aliens were a hip hop group coming to destroy humans, and that was like our whole basis. Like that's kind of like how we got. Like we were coming to destroy you. So it sounded like battle rap essentially. It's because we're just like saying mean shit to humans.
Okay. There's a we watched the show 90 Day Fiance, man. There was this
Oh my
guy
god,
named
we do too. Yeah.
Jabri. Oh, I love that show, man. Nothing wrong with
Oh,
it. But I don't know if you've seen the season with Jabri and Miona where it was his group was the Black Serbs. Did you guys sound like that?
dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The black shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was like, dude, I got it. I got what he was doing. I get
Yeah.
it. But I was
Yeah.
like, nah, that's not for me.
You're gonna have to send me some of that music, man. I don't think I've heard of it. I don't know if you have any concert clips, any shows that
Oh,
you've done,
I
but
got everything.
you gotta
I'll
show
send
me,
it to you.
man. I gotta
Oh, I'll send it to you.
okay.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
got that. Yeah,
okay.
I got that. I got some stuff from my band. We had a band called Lost in Powers
Okay.
because we all had different abilities musically, and then we were like, what's a what's a what's a funny name that we could keep saying, but it gets less funny every time we say it? And then we were like, how about Lost in Powers? And so then we all stuck with that. And so yeah,
That's
but
hilarious.
that one we went pretty hard on that. Like we had like actual engineering, we had like real studio sessions, we had real uh music videos done. I'll have to send you the music video and all that.
Okay.
We got a
Oh
few of
man.
them. Like yeah,
Yeah,
we were
man.
going hard.
Okay. I'll be looking forward to
All right.
that. Dude, I'm back in like eighth grade, ninth grade, summertime, man. We went up to Evergreen State College and spent like a week there, every
Mhm.
day just riding up there, learning about nature. And man, they wanted us to make some music. And we got together, old high school buddy or middle school buddy of mine that actually went to my rival school because they were military.
Right.
Both of them actually, they went there and we made a song with the beat to Welcome to Atlanta. Oh
Yeah.
man, it was crazy, but it was so cringe now that I think about it, man, because we're talking about nature and Welcome to Olympia. And
What? Oh my
dude, it was bad. It sounded good at the time, and
yeah.
I had some friends, we did a little feature on their song with them, and they put it all on a disc. Like everybody made a song for
That's
this
hella
little
funny.
album. But yeah, man, we all did a feature. I had a friend that sounded just like Q-Tip. And
What?
yeah, dude, I was like, when Q-Tip when Vibrant Thing came out, that was like the first time I ever heard it on Cube. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on, did he just make it big? Like, but then I didn't realize it was like it was
That's hella
Q-Tip.
funny.
Yeah,
That's hella
man.
funny.
So, have you written music for like anybody like big name right now? Like, has there been anybody that's used any like music of yours, beats, things like that?
Um, I'm trying to think. No, not really. It's always been like a degree of separation. Like
Okay.
I have a bunch of songs with this female artist, and she actually used to write for like J Lo and like a few other, like Selena Gomez. Like she's written a lot of stuff. And
Okay.
so I worked with her for a while. I worked with a lot of I worked with a country guy who wrote for like Garth Brooks, I believe. Um and how it's kind of like how I always wanted it as a producer. I always
Mm,
wanted to be like the behind the scenes guy. Like just give me a credit. Like
mm,
I love watching a movie and then having the credits roll and then being like, I wonder who that guy is. Like I
yeah.
wanted to be that dude who's like attached to a big project or something like
Gotcha.
that. So that's kind of how I've always kept it. Um, I try to stay low key and then come out the cut and be like, yeah, I do music too. And then people hear it and it's like, oh,
It's mind blown.
come work with me. Yeah, and you kind of just you network that way too.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, but
when did the pioneers come in to play? I mean, you said it's you and
yeah,
somebody else.
it's kind of so I used to rap with me and my buddy Ian. We used to rap hard all day, every day.
mm,
Used to rap. Uh, got it tatted on my arm. Hold on, I can see it a little bit. It says
there you
Swag and Soul.
go. Okay.
Yeah. So we were in a group called Swag and Soul SNS, and yeah, after a while, I told you we started like needing more music and more
Yeah.
beats and stuff. So he was doing like little mashups and stuff, and I would be like, "Oh, how did you make that sound like that?" And he's like, "Oh, I just took the sound out. I just took the drums out of the song using this program. Hey, I think you would like this program. You could just make beats on it." And I was like, "What?" And so he showed it to me, and I haven't been off of it since. And that was
Okay.
like 2000. That was like 2012,
Is it
maybe 2011.
Fruity Loops?
No, Reason.
Oh, okay.
I use Reason. I tried to use Fruity Loops.
Uh,
I'm just I'm just not that guy. In producer language, like
mm,
it's pretty limiting. It's
mhm.
pretty limiting unless you know how to work it. If you know like how to get the ins and outs of it, add some expansions, put your plugins on it, then like it works for you. And that's just what they're called DAWs. That's what you make your beats on, or different DAWs. Your DAW could be Ableton, Reason, Logic, Cubase, GarageBand, whatever whatever it takes for you to create that sound. Like that's what it is. I don't care. Like whatever you could use to create a sound, use it. Um, one thing I don't understand a lot of the time is like on Instagram where you see like people doing like the finger drumming and stuff, and they're like, "Do, do, 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 blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, yeah, that's super cool, but that beat's kind of trash, dog. Like you can't rap on that, you can't sing on that. Like just make a cohesive sound and make it out of anything. So you know, it gets technical at a point.
Gotcha. So have you ever done like any like local shows where you were like an opener at some
Yeah,
points? You have like
yeah.
for who have you opened for?
Um, I've opened for just local people,
Locals.
local other local artists that are just putting on shows. Um, as far as like, there's also in the production or in the music community, there are shows that you can do that like aren't lyrical, if that makes sense. Like you could do, like in Juice when they did like the DJ battle and
Oh yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah, there's that still happens, and you can
Really?
still go to those shows, and there's not necessarily an opener, but there's like a lineup of people presenting and doing their stuff, and there's usually like a crowd winner, or like you might get a poster and a beer or something. Like it's
Mm,
nothing like amazing, but you get the networking out of it. And us as producers, that's pretty much it. Like we just want the networking out of it. We
Mm-hmm.
just want somebody to say like, "Oh, this is good and you could use this technique and I could steal your technique." Like that's all production and beat making is. So I've won a few shows. I've come in first. I've had standing ovations. Uh I've had opportunities to get my music um, performed. Somebody, I don't even know how this came about or how it ended up. I think, I think basically somebody told me, "Hey, if you could do this, this, and this, I can get your music at the it was like the Seattle Opera House. Um, Not Langston Hughes, but it was like the Seattle Opera House or something."
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "We could get like a like an orchestra to play your music." And I was like, "Okay, bet. Try to get it to happen." And they made it happen. It was one of our band songs, so it was like kind
Wow,
of easier. But I guess it was at the orchestra for some show.
that's crazy.
Um, and that's another part of like beat making and music that I like. It's just like I can make it, send it off, and somebody else does something with it, and then I'll hear about it later or give me the credit later. Give me the money for it later. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just trying to do this music real quick and like relieve some stress for like 25, 30 minutes. You know, like
Yeah, yeah. So if you could collab with 3 artists, who would you collab with? Doesn't matter if they're dead or alive. Who would you collab with?
Young Dolph, Key Glock. I would say Young Dolph, Key Glock. Those are my top two Memphis rappers right now. Um, Dead or alive?
Mm-hmm.
Dead or alive? I'm probably gonna think of somebody else like right after that. But I actually think Biggie in
Biggie.
a weird way. Like I think
Uh,
Biggie, like I think I could have made really dope stuff for Biggie.
yeah, I was about to say that. I think for sure,
Like
for
I
sure.
think Biggie or maybe somebody else from that era, that region, but Biggie, yeah, I would definitely think I can make something dope for him
Mm-hmm.
with him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. When I went to New York, I tell you, like, I had such a big appreciation for like
Oh man, I bet.
everything. Like Fabi, she always tells me, man, because like I'll tell her like all the stories, and she'll be like, "You're so obsessed. You're obsessed. You're obsessed." And I'm like, "You don't get it."
You're
Like I
dead.
went to the stoop that Biggie sat on and stood at, man. Like I went
Oh
to
man.
the one room shack. I went to that one room shack, man.
No
I'm gonna
way.
have to send you the pictures.
What?
I went
Yeah,
to the
that's
one room
wild.
shack. Yeah, I went to the one room shack. I went to St. James, where like where he walked around on the corners and was slinging his dope and stuff like that. Man, like
Damn.
I had such a big appreciation for it, man.
Yeah.
Like New York in general. Like I went to Pop Smoke's gravesite, and
Wow.
I went to Pop Smoke's old neighborhood in Canarsie, and stood
Wow.
outside where he hung out at. It was like
Yeah.
putting myself in those shoes. I mean, obviously times are different, but
Oh, I
dude, like,
love that shit, dude.
dude, I went to even Staten Island to Wu Tang District, where
What?
Park Hill, where they all grew
Yeah,
up at.
Park Hill.
Yeah, man.
Dang.
Yeah, I went
The
out
rough and
there.
tough like leather.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. Like I'll send you the pictures of the murals and stuff, but
Yeah, yeah.
I was
I
hoping
bet
to
the
run
mural
into him.
when you see the murals, that like puts a whole nother perspective on it.
Exactly. Like, dude, I
Yeah.
went to Yonkers. I went to DMX's childhood home. Like, when you see those projects on TV and in the movies,
Yeah.
like, dude, I went there. I was just telling who was it? Somebody just recently in one of our interviews, Julian Griffith from Hardball, because he's in Chicago, and my
Mhm.
best friend Sam, dude, he treats it like it's a field trip, man. I got to go to the projects where, Nas is at, or I got to go to the Marcy projects where DMX or Jay-Z was at. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I've kind of lived that in the Washington State, area in Tacoma. I'm just like, dude, I don't need to see that. It's just, it's not
crazy.
a field trip.
No, it's
but,
not a field trip.
Yeah, man. But, I mean, we went to DMX's gravesite, and then we were still in Yonkers, and we went to the Locks Juice Bar. And dude, we were outside hanging out with Styles P, bro.
No way. What?
Bro, yeah. Our friend Ernesto, his mom and I think brother or somebody is buried over in the same grave site, like the same graveyard where DMX's family is, or where DMX was buried. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I met him through my buddy Sam, and he was like, dude, I could take you to, Styles P's Juice Bar. And we went over there, dude. Styles P was just come walking by, and he was like, hey, what's up, guys? And he's like, you guys want to take a picture? He's like, you want to take a picture? He's like, we were like, yeah. And then we were just hanging outside with him for like a good 15 minutes before getting a juice, man. And just talking to him about Seattle and his connections here and stuff. And then we went to another area it was still in Yonkers, but it was where DMX gave out turkeys on like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
And right across the street, man, was Jadakiss's clothing store.
What?
Bro, I didn't even know he had there. We walked over there, bro, and Jadakiss was right inside, hanging out. What? And we were sitting there for like a good half hour just talking to Jada, man. Got pictures with him and everything.
What?
Talked to him about his time hanging out with Biggie. Bro, like,
yeah, there's so many questions to ask him.
Dude, I've been wanting to get him on get him on an interview, man. I asked our friend Ernesto, I'm like, dude, what's the chances you can help me pull this off with either Styles P or Jada?
Dude, I'd take an interview with Sheik. Anybody.
Exactly. But yeah, no, man, I only share these like stories because obviously we have the love for music, and they're great stories, but just New York in general, man. I think you would, if you've never been, I think you would enjoy. You been?
So I got two new families. My other family is in New York. I got family in New Orleans. But most of my family is like, I don't know what you would even call it, like outskirts, like Rochester, Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, that's like way out there though. Like 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're way out there. I got those New Yorkers, and then I got my family in New Orleans. That's like who I'm more closer to.
Yeah.
And like I've been to like Cash Money Studios a bunch of times. Like Cash Money Studios, like that place looks the original one where like 500 degrees and shit was. Like that shit's grimy.
What?
Grimy, dog. Like that is not a field trip. Like it looks like a black, or it was like a black brick building, like painted black, and then it had the Cash Money logo like painted on it and stuff.
What?
And that's what it was, just like
you got pics?
Yeah, I got a pic of me,
bro,
like right
send
in front
those.
of me. Yeah,
send
bro.
Those. Yeah, man, no, that's crazy. I wanted to go to I forget the name of the studio, the one that Pot got shot at in New York.
Oh,
it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. We went past it, but we didn't realize it. So I don't like.
Oh,
it didn't click. But
well, like all those studios over there, like you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, it's near Times Square. It's like I think near Fifth Ave. I mean, that's kind of
crazy that somebody would shoot them up.
Yeah,
right. There.
Yeah. So, man, if you ever get the chance to even go to like, because we went to Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, like, dude, like we met some like crazy people out there, man. Like, not crazy, but like, there were some cool people, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I tell Fabi, the hospitality is way different than what you see here. That's for sure. Like, people will mean mug you, but they'll still kill you with kindness, man. Like they'll just be like, "Here's your juice, man. Have a good day," type thing.
Yeah, but you still get that mean mug.
Exactly. Like I went to Akiway, Aki from TikTok.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, you went there?
Yeah.
Did you give him random stuff?
No, I was like, I didn't know what to do other than, hey, can I get a chopped cheese the Akiway? But next time we go back, we're doing that.
You're like, give me with Doritos.
Yeah. Exactly.
Chicken
but
with
yeah,
Doritos
man.
and shit. Give me that.
Yeah. One more thing before I hop into those clips is like, who would you say your top 5 rappers of all time are? Dead and alive. Dead and alive.
All time. Top 5 all time. I'd have to say just my personal favorite.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of ratchet ass shit. Young Dolph. Dolph would be my main guy. I want to say Casey Veggies.
Oh, okay. No, good pick there for sure.
Let me look into my log real quick. DJ Quick.
Okay.
DJ
he's coming here, right?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, with Amanda Perez. I think it's a big show. I'm gonna send you all that info.
I think I just read something like that.
Yeah.
I would take DJ Quick. Corrupt.
Okay.
Corrupt for sure. So Young Dolph, DJ Quick, Corrupt.
Corrupt before the Dog Pound, or like Corrupt and Daz Dillinger?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Like okay. Like always that Corrupt, dude. That was my first CD I bought.
Okay.
Streets is a Motherfucker was my first CD. And then favorite rapper. I'm trying to pick somebody other. I really like New York shit, so I gotta give it to Gangstar.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotta give it.
They're with J. Cole now, right?
Huh?
They're with J. Cole now, right? I think they're on Dreamville.
No, because Gangstar is just DJ Premier and the guy Kilby. Gangstar, DJ Premier, and why do I want to say Grand Poobah? It's not fucking Grand Poobah.
Guru.
There it is.
Yeah.
Guru. Yeah. I like that. And I can't hate Isaiah Rashad.
Okay.
I would say Isaiah Rashad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Not bad. Yeah, he's one of the most slept on people, man. In
super
with Kendrick.
Oh, super slept on.
Yeah. You don't think Lil Wayne's one of your top?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay. I'll take that.
Not at all. No, not in my top. Like, yeah, he's phenomenal and like part of my DNA, but like still, like, nah, I wouldn't do it.
Okay. You'll probably laugh at mine. I like Kevin Gates for sure. Fabi will tell you that.
Yeah, I heard you love Kevin Gates.
Man. Dude, I love his music, man. His interviews are hilarious. If you've ever seen them.
Yeah.
MGK, man, I think is one of my top favorite.
Really?
Both genres.
He does do it. Like he does it well.
Yeah. Dude, I fell in love with his music more this summer when I went to go see him in concert.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, dude. It was killer.
Oh, I bet he rocks it though, dude. He puts on a show.
Yeah. J. Cole and Big Sean are definitely some of my top, and then Wale.
Oh yeah, Wale was my guy. Like 5 years ago, I would have put him in my top 3.
Yeah, not no more.
Yeah.
But you have a better appreciation for music. I mean, more so than what I would say.
I mean, like I grew up like you know how like for you, like you know how closely like people follow football?
Yeah.
Like I followed music like from the B-boy era, from the Most Def, Talib
Okay.
Kweli, like B-boy
Black
era,
Star.
like Black Star.
Yeah.
Like I remember before Kanye. I
Okay.
remember when people were like, "Who's this?" I remember when John Legend was brand new. Like when
Okay.
John Legend was in college. Like I I could go back and back and back with music. Like I've studied music like pretty much my whole life.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got to throw E40 as one of my top two. I mean, you can't go
Oh
wrong
fuck
with
yeah.
E40. Yeah. No, I'm pretty obsessed with his music too. Fabio will tell you.
I
But
I'll tell you my story. Um I'll tell it like the short way. Um so my mom was a cop growing up. My mom was a cop. She had some undercover vehicle. She had an undercover vehicle once. I took it. I smoked in it. I got pulled over.
shit.
This is 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning, I got pulled over. I didn't give a fuck. I was a different kid. Before, I think I told you I was paralyzed for like 3 years.
You might have told me. You might have told
Yeah,
me. It sounds familiar.
whole nother story, but I was paralyzed for like 3.5 years.
Uh,
Before that, I was a wild boy. So I
okay.
took my mom's cop car, her undercover vehicle or her work vehicle. I took that, got caught smoking in it. Um, Essentially, it's like the first time I ever got put on punishment. Like I was grounded, but I was never grounded. That morning, the homegirl, my homegirl who sold 10 sacks, she only sold dimes and nicks. She hit me up and she was like, "Hey, you trying to smoke? I'm down the street." And I was like, "I'm grounded, I guess, but shit, fuck it. Hit me, pick me up." So she picked me up and then put in E40. And for some reason, I was like 16, and for some reason, I had never listened. I knew E40. I
Uh,
never listened to E40. And she put it in and bumped it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was blown away. I think that day I discovered E40, Mac Dre, and the Click.
mhm. What song
I
did she
was
play though?
um oh, she was digging. She was back in the Click days.
Like
So she was like
Hurricane?
playing like her Slurricane, Hurricane, Mr. Flamboyant.
Okay.
Uh she was playing stuff from Be Legit.
Okay.
Yeah. So ever since then, like I don't listen to E40 per se, but I listen to the
Mm.
Click. Like I love old West Coast. I love old West Coast.
My first
Anything?
E40 joint I ever heard was Tell Me When to Go. That was back in like
Yeah.
05, 06, dude. And
Yeah.
then I fell in love with it, but like I was able to go back and listen to, like the night shift and those
Yeah.
I think actually came after. Yeah, those came after the night shift, the day shift, and I forget the other one, but yeah, man, I was able to go back and listen to a lot of his older stuff, and I was like, yeah, this dude's legit. I've
It's
seen
my
him like
guy.
4 times.
Oh really?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. So real quick, man, I'm gonna play a couple clips and then we're gonna follow up with a final closing question, and then we'll obviously get the show off of everything when we connect. So by the time everybody sees the video, we'll already have it all put together. But
Well, yeah.
sweet, man. So yeah, I've listened to a couple of things. I know you just came out with Dolphins in Washington Part 2. I'm gonna
Yes.
play this right here real quick for everybody.
Baby, baby, baby. Baby. Baby, baby, baby. Yeah, yeah. 10 toes, stay down. Yeah. Real her. Yeah. Cut a couple niggas water off, but still love. Young nigga, big heart, big nuts.
right, man. So it's a quick little clip for everybody, bro. Like the way everything starts leading up and then just the
Yeah.
drop. Like, oh man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, how did the name Dolphins in Washington come about? And then Love is Ballin' was the name of that.
So basically, it all started. Got to take it back a little bit.
Okay.
It started when I first put out. After Young Dolph died, I discovered Young Dolph. Maybe like literally, I fell in love with Young Dolph music,
Okay.
and he died maybe 4 months later. And I was like so pissed. I was upset, so pissed off. So I ended up making my own beats and then taking his acapellas and putting them on my beats and being like, oh my God, I could have made magic with Young Dolph and Key Glock. I could have joined PRE for life. I could have been part of it. So it became like a really popular album like that I put out. Like it just started blowing up. Like I think I got like over like 200,000 plays off of that shit so far. And so I was like, man, eventually I got to put out another one. So I ended up putting out this one. I've been working on this for like 2 years, like a year and a half now, and I finally got it all put together. And this song in particular, I made the beat, I want to say a little bit around February or something. The way it came about, it's actually an old Ghostface record, the
Okay.
old Ghostface song. And so I kind of wanted to reimagine it because the way Ghostface used it was like kind of straightforward and there was no drops on it. There was no lead up, no drops. It was just the sample as it was. So I was like, how can I make this sample like fun but take it south? I'm always trying to go like my roots, like I'm trying to always go Washington and New Orleans. I'm always trying to go Washington and South, like just trying to blend those together. So I'm always trying to just with Washington, the Washington sound, I'm always trying to do something airy. With air, I'm just trying to give space and give gaps, make a lead up to something like taking a hike and then you get to the top of the peak and you see the I love you, like the big part of it.
Okay.
So I always try to like put I call it a juxtaposition. I always try to mix my music. If there's something hard or something like dirty or violent or something being said, I want it to sound peaceful. If there's something really like if it's really like hard rock music, I want something peaceful on top of it. So I always try to do like the good and the bad. So that's pretty much what this record was like me figuring out the beat first of all. And my technique, one of my techniques for making beats, I'll make a beat as perfectly as possible to where like anybody could rap on it, anybody could sing on it. People are gonna love this. And then I break it. My whole technique is to like make something amazing and just break it. How can I make this thing crumble, but you still know what it is? Like when you ball up tinfoil, you still know it's tinfoil, and you can still reuse it. And that's kind of how I make my beats and how I like to do a rollout. I don't do a lot of like boom. I don't do a lot of like crazy extra stuff, explosions and stuff like that. I like to keep it simple and like
something you vibe to.
Yeah, I like to bring you there and just let you like be able to be at peace with it, like I like to show you a nice house, but the grass is cut, like I'm not gonna let you just sit at this nice house, but it's all like fucked up,
For sure. No, I get that. I'm gonna give you a challenge, man. I'm gonna have to have to have you try to do one for me, man, and an album. But I mean, right now it's the hottest thing right now seems to be drill rap in New York, man. You know, and we're talking about music. You're talking about music, like you fell like into this new thing with Young Dolph, and boom, what 4 weeks later you said he died?
Yeah.
Dude, like I'm just now like throughout this like last year and a half, I got into Pop Smoke's music. I was like, dude, it sucks. Like, what is this? Because like I heard him, you know, copying some of the music that we grew up listening to, you know, like some of the beats and stuff. And I don't know, man. Maybe my mind's just so closed, but I'm like, I hate when artists don't use their own beats. So Into You, the one that he made, but I'm like, dude, this is so good, you know, like he sounds just like 50 Cent, you know, but like he was like hot for the time, you know, but like I'm over here sitting, I'm like, man, we need more Pop Smoke music. Just because like, dude, like it was all taken away from us so quick. 20 years old, bro. 20 years old. And a 15-year-old killed the dude.
That's how New York is.
In LA. It was in LA though. He went to LA and they posted the address, unfortunately, man. But
that's
I'm gonna have to see if that's something.
That's how they got PMB too.
Yeah.
Sent the address.
See, and they did music together, man. So maybe you could pull something together, their music, because PMB was phenomenal, man.
I used to love PMB. I love seeing an artist get to where they need to be, and then like that's when I'll stop listening to them. Like I listened to PMB like all the way through his hype, and then when he's at his peak is like when he got murdered. And at that point, like I didn't listen to PMB for like a year, but I still loved him. I still love PMB like that.
Maybe you could do some kind of collaboration type thing, man. I think Fabi would even appreciate it because like she was even listening to him. She's like, I'm like, okay, listen, you got bragging rights. You put me on to Pop Smoke, dude. Like, I listened to nothing but New York artists when I was in New York, Jersey, Philly, and Pop Smoke was like one of those people I had to make sure I listened to along with Biggie. But dude, if you could like do something like that, that would be crazy.
I could do something for sure. I've been kind of dabbling with like PMB one for sure. Pop Smoke, I always tell people it's easier when I know the song because then I know how to just like think of it in my head and break it down. But there's not a lot of Pop Smoke ones that I know like by heart.
I could send you a couple.
Send me your faves, and I bet I could do something.
Dude, he made a song with Janae Aoki and Tyga, the Sunshine. Sunshine, have you heard that?
Yeah.
Like the little flip one, they remade it, but it was like those three.
Yeah.
Dude, like I was saying, I don't like when people reuse like, you know, other people's beats, you know, that kind of thing. Like, come up with your own, right? That's why I don't do this like SoundCloud era type stuff, man. These newer artists, but I give them a chance, you know.
Like,
I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But yeah, man, I'll have Fabi come up to some songs and we'll send them to you. But
yeah, send me songs, dude. I'm always up for that.
I have another one here real quick. This last one here for you is gonna be from gifts made from cotton. Sorry about that. Fabi was right at the door. She has been playing video games all day. But she's at the door. You want to say hi to Adrian? Oh, she says hi.
Hey, fam.
So as that song is saying, in the lead title is "I'm Black," and you obviously incorporated. I forget whose song was that.
That is I forgot his name, but it's from the movie CB4.
Yes.
With Chris Rock.
I knew this from somewhere, man.
Yeah. I dig my hip hop stuff up.
So how did you get the how did you get the inspiration behind that?
So first I made the beat. I just kind of found a sample and I think I just slowed it down. I think it was a lot faster than that. And I slowed it down, I cut it, and then like I said, I like to break it. Like after I make it perfect, like I just want to break it. And so I listened to that beat for maybe like a week. And then I was like, there you go, black. I'm black, y'all. Like if I could just repeat that. And so then I went to YouTube, download it, make it an acapella, take the background out of it, and then I chopped that up, sent it to the Serato, DJ'd it a little bit in the Serato, and it made magic.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you've done music for your wife for her birthday.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm sure she appreciates that. I know it's like the little things with the ladies that they appreciate. So
oh, of course, gotta keep them happy. Gotta keep them happy.
Sure. For
but
sure.
Yeah, I've made music for everybody. My wife, my brother. I've made music for different web pages, different advertising. Barry is playing my music now inside the con. So it's coming up. It's coming up.
You know what? I wonder if that pizza place we've talked about is playing your music because we pitched it to him. Like I tagged you in.
Exactly. Like I hope he is.
Yeah.
That's my spot.
I haven't heard them. They've been quiet lately, man. But
yeah,
you know what? We might need to go get some pizza there one day, man.
Hell yeah, I'm down. Yeah. He was active online for a grip too, and then just kind of quiet
now after the Super Bowl. We might have to check in on him.
Yeah, where's my boy?
So Fabi and I like to do this thing, man. Towards the end of everything, ask a question. Now, before we go, why should people listen to your music? I mean, if they've stuck to this far in the interview, an hour and 22 minutes, our longest interview, and this is kind of a little bit different than the traditional one we've done because we obviously know you, and I'm actually learning more, and I know Fabi's going to learn more about you and things like that. Like, why should they give you a chance with your music? The Pineears.
The Pineears will make you feel. If you haven't felt something from music, or if you want to feel something, like when you put your iPod or whatever, when you put that thing on shuffle and you just keep hitting it and you can't find that one that you're like looking for, like I guarantee you, like Pineears got that. I guarantee you, you'll laugh, you'll groove, you'll cry, all of that. I've had every reaction in the book. I've never had whack.
Okay, there you go. So give everybody at least two of your albums that they should listen to. If you want to tell me even 3 or 4 or even 5, whatever order you want them to be in that they should listen to, that would be awesome. I could tell you, like one of the guys that we interviewed, Brian, he's like, I want you to listen to this album and then this album and then follow it with this. Like, what would you say?
I would say right now, listen to the new Dolphins in the Wah. Just as like my production is one thing, but my mashup game is a whole nother thing. Like the way I can make you a whole new song out of something you've heard before. So Dolphins in the Wah, I would say. Next, I actually have 2 albums coming out. The one coming out this Friday on, what would that be? The I got one coming out on the 7th.
Yeah.
Might come out on the 6th. You're lucky. But I got one coming out on the 7th that's called New Pine Scent. And that one, you're gonna hear like some kind of like I told people already, it's kind of like a Frenchman in the woods discovering something. That one just has crazy vibes on it. If you want something different, totally different, I would check out one of my latest projects called Jams. And that's just I'm getting down on like a keyboard guitar. I do a lot of bass playing, a lot of keys, keyboarding. I do a lot of guitar riffs, or I have my friend Earl. He was also in the band Lost in Powers with me. He's also doing a lot of like guitar work on it. So the album, that one is like real funky. It's just complete funk and jams. We jamming out. And I would just be on the lookout for that. Dolphins in the Wah, New Pine Scent, and Pine Jams.
Okay. And we'll put all the links down below to your social medias, as we did with our Funko video, all that fun stuff. The final question I know Fabi would be asking is, if somebody wanted to make music or even achieve any of their goals, being that like you've done this for a long time, we've started doing this at a little bit later in an age compared to a lot of people doing the YouTube thing. How, like, what would you say, like, what kind of advice would you say or give, and any words of encouragement?
Go for it. Any idea that you have, if you haven't seen it done yet, go for it. There's no stupid ideas in this world of people constantly looking for ideas and new things. Musically, if it's something you want to do, just go for it. There's nothing stopping you. I do a lot of stuff that's like, I sample a lot. People would call it illegal. Like, whatever. Go for it. We are in a pirate, killer be killed, Western style age that we live in. Like, it's shoot first or get shot, man. Like, you have to go for it in everything you do. And if you want to learn, it's all out there. Like, you can learn anything. Just YouTube it. I tell people all the time, the only difference between me and a new producer is like their ear. I have more of a trained ear. I've trained my ear over time. Just train yourself to watch for these little things. The stuff that you really like, really pay attention to it and see, like, why is it that it attracts you to it? Why is it that other people are attracted to it? Just find that out, and you'll get there. You'll get there. It all takes time. Every one of those sayings that sounds stupid, like, and all in good time, or just keep the faith. Like, all of that shit sounds stupid, but it really is what it is. It really works.
Exactly. I mean, I have that conversation with Fabi all the time. She's like, we don't spend much time together. You're always on your phone, but it's like I'm always trying to line up the next thing, and know, it's gonna pay off. I mean, dude, we're already almost at 700 subscribers. We're almost 300 away. Crazy, I mean, if we're getting them every day, it's never too late to start, though. So
never. Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Just keep following your dreams. Everybody's going to keep saying that because it's the truth. So, I mean, this wasn't our dream. This wasn't nothing that we had as a goal. Like, I started YouTubing 5 years ago on my own separate channel, and I just stopped. I was just doing it to support my best friend who's got 1.6K subs right now, but we're almost at 1,000 in a year and like 4 months.
Yeah, bro. Like,
you know what I mean? So we're obviously doing something right. People want to see it. We're giving it.
People want to see it. Yeah.
So
There's always somebody who wants to either see it or hear it. Always.
exactly.
Always, man.
Yeah. So that's the end of this part. We're gonna get the next part. We'll and then the next part will be showing off the collection where you do all your beats and stuff. And
yeah, it'll be crazy. I don't know if you can even see it.
Oh man, yeah, that's a lot we're going to be going through. That's for sure.
Yeah,
man. I'm pretty stoked. I know Fabi's been waiting for that too. So
yeah, y'all gotta come over.
Just let us know when, and we'll make it happen. So
hell yeah, bro.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate this hour and a half. It's our longest one yet, but it's been fun. So
chop it up if you need to. Do whatever you got to do.
You got it. All right. Thanks, bro.
All right, bro. Nice talking to you.
Yeah. See ya, man.
Peace.